Well, we are working very hard. This year, Nankasa, a major activity here for the sports ecosystem.
World Cup.
Immediately, EBW World Cup, from 21st, actually from 23rd to 2nd of August, the Commonwealth Games.
Oh, I don't see it this year.
I don't see it this year. So immediately we finish the World Cup. 21st, a meeting of the Council of Ministers of Commonwealth responsible for sports. Then 2 days later, the competition is
start. This year,
Glasgow.
Oh, Glasgow in Scotland. Okay.
Then the Women's African Championship postponed here, so we'll start on the 25th of July. And we have many other competitions. The U20 Female World Cup, qualification, so all that.
But the main World Cup will be this year for U20.
Will also be this
year.
Madiano will also be this year.
So when your budget for
well, we are working very hard, and that is part of the reason sports are not transparent. Now attract confidence of the corporate so that they can continue to associate, because every brand will want to associate.
Yes.
Sports people should come begging to be attached to, but the only reason people run away is negativity now created around it.
Yes.
So that is why part of my number one project is to make sports attractive, so that brands attach sports. Because you do it well, so you reduce to zero scandals or brand, so they will be very willing to put in. And already the president has made it very clear. The finance minister has repeated, the deputy finance minister has repeated, say, sir, tax incentive who support this sports, because it's been classified as good cause, a tax deductible, and they say over 10 million Ghana cedi to sponsor. Before I ever calculate with tax load, you pay 10 million if you total revenue and sana you calculate with tax. So this has been made very clear, and it's been simplified for corporate not only to have their brand image raised, but also they will benefit in terms of taxes. So a double win for them. So on our part, we are making sure let's engender transparency so that there can be trust in the system, so that the brands will want to associate. Look, you call a process to bid for the U20, for the Total Energies U20 African Cup of Nations for 2020.
Okay.
And we won. We won.
It will be hosting it in
2027. Chief, we didn't spend a peso. We didn't spend a cedi. We just leverage on the image of His Excellency the President, and the fact that Ghana you better any 70, CAF also better any 70. We use things that are available. We didn't need any money. We have phone. We lobbied. By CAF President came for the U15 competition. You create a beautiful environment for him. The president himself was at the competition to show his presence and support for, and we are trying to turn Ghana into the Africa. Be about youth sports development.
It should be Ghana.
That's the kind of image His Excellency wants us to build and establish.
In the Under 20 African Cup of Nations 2027, Ghana may host it. 2027. That's next year.
Next year. We will announce only on Monday.
Indiano stadium they be hosting.
Oh, say you know we are capable of doing anything and everything. So we'll put in this in. Another opportunity for once again to mobilize corporates. 2-3 can come and say we are sponsoring the renovation of the stadium. And
it is a multimedia multimedia
sports stadium. You can team up like the way I Elwaki. We can say multimedia Elwak stadium. That's naming rights. That's how.
Yeah, but Accra Sports Stadium, the multimedia Accra Sports Stadium.
If you are ready and you come, we can have a conversation. You see, I always say something. I would prefer, instead of naming a stadium, OB Namidi because why be namidi within kwakoto. So midi within air kotoa. Me making sure say there are people behind your name that will be generating the necessary funds to support the continuous renovation and maintenance of the place. But say midi within kwakoto. Now it's not generating the necessary drive. Now I'm not doing any good service to you. I would prefer say maybe Rebecca say MTN Stadium. Now MTN renovate
budget every year.
Now they stand the atu so that people will come there more and they will see OB stand.
That makes sense.
Rather than to name the whole stadium after you, then it's abandoned and not maintained, and people come there and then
that makes sense.
Insulting.
I mean, in times past, I think the argument was that opportunity was not there for corporate Ghana to renovate a stadium and have their names on the stadium. If that opportunity is here, I think once we make good pitches to these companies, they would be interested. I mean, and new. Because if Arsenal Football Club quite medium stadium now to Emirates, once there is money coming. That can be done. So
once the money come, a section can then now be named after
various stars.
So who call a properly well manicured, clean seats, clean washrooms. Now they stand the be
the Pele stand.
But this now it's better than naming the whole stadium after him. And then you cannot even maintain the washrooms.
No, I think it's a reasonable decision to take.
The washroom. So
it's a reasonable
I think
decision
we should,
to take.
as a country, emotional. We need to take emotions out of this and
pragmatic and it's strategic. Yes.
Pragmatic.
But this will bring me in the at least one medium to long term the plan for renovation for a major stadia. How about Boteman Sports Complex? I mean, so the last time videos when I was embarrassed.
Boteman, so cabinet has approved for us to get a facility manager.
Cabinet approval.
Yeah, cabinet.
So facility manager.
Now it is now with the ministry, and we are engaging with PPA to do the necessary, go through the necessary
procurement for a facility manager.
A facility manager to manage the facility, and the facility manager should have capacity to drive international
tournaments there
to the place
to keep the place active.
And we are also looking for if this same manager could help in some way or form to be able to help a PPP arrangement to also complete other projects. Because we need to, if we want to really, the tracks that we have there must be properly completed. We need to build a stadium.
Football
stadium. Maybe about over 60,000 capacity with the necessary things in there. We need to have an arena for boxing and other things that can happen. We need to have that.
Accommodation and so right.
Accommodation will also come in there, and we need to be thinking about what others have done. Where you have an arena, for example, for boxing, where camera screens and everything is already built in. So when you say, "Oh, Babe, boxing," you are now coming to look to knock wood here and there, create the necessary platforms, and then install the cameras and what to give the right image. You must do things that will allow you international production, because Ghana, we have some names because of persons like Professor Berima Azuma Nelson, the DK Poisons, the Icotis, and then the rest. We are very highly respected when it comes to boxing. So if we invest a little more in modern arena,
you bet international
bouts. They will promote and will become the center of boxing, and it comes with its own value. So government alone cannot build these things. So we need to have a facility manager arrangement the right PPP arrangement.
Now they are completed. The old administration can a sports university.
Well, if you have the fact that you will have it running this way doesn't mean if you have a university, you cannot add it as a training point.
Okay.
So, for example,
that has not been abandoned.
No. So what this government is doing and what we indicated in our manifesto was to convert the Winneba Sports College into a university with satellite campuses across. And we are focused on that. The last cabinet approved the memo to convert the Winneba Sports College into
a sports university
that will train professionals. So all our universities are running academic sports programs already, but we need to have
a place
for professional training, where they can certify you and give you license. So we need to relate with the FIFA licensing agencies and then the rest, and build capacity. If it is nutrition, sports medicine, and all those things related are able to be the basic.
Kofi, you are almost doing 2 years when the time man has had the air basso.
Oh no, but I just told you that cabinet has given the approval. So say our cabinet has approval. No, ours is to complete the bill processes and lay before Parliament for consideration.
Okay.
So once you take it to Parliament, then it is referred to a
when your budget to go and renovate the place.
So when let's do first things first. Let's create the statute that will support
the university,
the structure and everything. Then you now begin to look for budget to make sure other additional infrastructure also the status
of a university.
In Zambia, Honorable Kofi Idi Adams, Sports and Recreational Minister, Odituja FR Ghana tournament and the sports fan. Because subscribe to the channel, we be like, we share, and more if we say we your fufro our ha. None of us subscribe with the amame. In Sempina, we be follow.